Alright, it's recording again.
Oh.
Okay, that was our short break, but we're gonna get back into it now.
Yeah.
So, our next topic, we're gonna talk about our takes on religion and find out if any of us are actually religious.
No,
Or,
yeah.
Well, you've read the whole Bible, so I guess.
I read both, just because I read the Quran and the Bible, just because when I was a kid, so my grandparents are like I don't like the label atheist because I think of people with scraggly facial hair, microburst vape pens. I get that image of fedoras and all that shit. I do. I get flashbacks of it, so I just say I'm not religious.
Do you say you're agnostic? Do you kind of hope that
they're lazy. That's a lazy god or lazy atheist. That's what I call the agnostics, lazy atheists from the community. Because like, if God's real and there's like a cognitive force, like people say like. I don't know, I've made arguments against God in general. They say you can't prove God's not real. And yes, from like a scientific method point, you can't, but like from a logical, philosophical point, you almost can, I would say, using like the omnipotence paradox.
Well, like, yeah, if you think about like some of the stories in the Bible, for example.
Factually
like,
false, yeah.
Yeah, like Noah's Ark.
But you cannot take it in as
there's three arguments that I've always used when I actually had this debate on Facebook with somebody, but he called my arguments illegitimate, so I'll tell you what the arguments are, and I'll see what you guys think. So there's one argument that's been made against God, and the assumption of God, and I know it's because my grandparents on my mother's side of the family are Catholic, and my grandparents on my mother's side, or my dad's side, are Christian, and they're both very into the religions. My grandmother's both sides go to church and like all that stuff, like multiple times a week, not even just like the once on Sunday service, but like my grandmother goes like Thursday to fully dedicated, like doesn't drink on Sundays and like doesn't work, all like super dedicated to all that stuff. And
so what's the first argument?
So the first argument is the omnipotence paradox. It's a logical paradox that says it's called the God's paradox or the stone paradox. So if I ask God, so the assumption with God is that he's all-powerful, omnipotent, almighty, right? Yeah. It's logically possible for that to even be a thing. So by this paradox, so if I say to God, I want you to create a stone that's so heavy that nobody can lift it, and then I ask him to lift it, two possibilities exist. It's only a binomial possibility. Both of them refute his all-powerfulness, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because he either lifts the stone, proving that he couldn't make a stone heavy enough that no one could lift it, disproving his all-powerfulness, or he doesn't lift the stone, proving that he's not all-powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first thing I usually cite as like as proof general of God. The second.
But then again, you could just say that he's not a being, so he's not someone.
You could say he's like. It's like more of a grand conscious thing, a vague, abstract concept. Humans are naturally optimistic, but like, so the second argument I would say is the prayer argument, where you could just say, well, if you think God's real and let's prove it, let's have a miracle happen. Now, miracles scientifically have happened in the extent that there's been cases of where, example, a man has a tumor that's destroyed most of his brain. He's been brain dead for a few months. His family comes in to say goodbye. They're going to kill him, and he wakes up and has a conversation with them for 7 minutes. Right. And doctors can't medically explain that.
Yeah.
Or a guy who's been found without water for 14 days. That's a miracle, but to equate that with God being real, miracle. Yeah, it's a medical miracle, which I would say is something we haven't scientifically been able to prove yet.
Then you're saying like, what's technically a miracle?
Something we can't explain, right? Yeah.
Something like that science.
So that's like with the second piece, like the main thing is I'll say like, well, if you just inject, it's a douchey answer, it's a little bit of a douchey answer, but if you inject someone who's religious with, a smallpox virus or something like that, or some influenza or something, and they pray to God, they're gonna still die. There are cases in history where people's kids have died because they literally refused to give them medical treatment. It's even in a controversial episode of Family Guy. That's based off a true thing, right? That's actually happened. And then, I guess, well, there have been things like evidences of God that's been disproven, which I think is a good example. So like the all death experience, like the near death experience. Sorry, I guess is what you call it. That's been proven to be a drug flood in your brain of DMT.
Yeah, DMT, absolutely.
So that's like, so I think people's that claim miracles with God are like religious experiences, with God, or like an epiphany or something like that, I think have been caused by like a DMT near-death experience.
Yeah. Well, I guess that we can prove that. Science could prove that.
Yeah, so science can prove that to an extent. So
what's the argument?
Well, there's those two, and I'm just trying. I forgot the third one actually. Give me a sec.
So the second one was about miracles. And
No, the influenza. If you just simply give it, if you give it,
you can't pray your way out of it.
You can't pray your way out of it to a certain extent, which I guess goes more against organized religion. There's statistics that I'll give for religion just in general, to like.
But then again, what is a religion, right? What is a god? Like a god is an almighty
entity, and the third piece that I'll say is that there's, I think, currently around the world over about 1,000 different gods and deities or entities that are worshipped. So like, if they're all powerful, they can't all be powerful. Which one is it?
Yeah,
or like another good
quote.
One
of the gods is real. That means that all the other gods are fake.
There's interesting quotes and pieces up that I'll bring about God. Like, I personally don't choose to believe in God, and the quote that I'll say for that was actually from Auschwitz, and it was scratched into the wall of the camp in Auschwitz, and it says, from a prisoner there who obviously was gassed and killed. And he said,
obviously he escaped.
Yeah, hopefully. If God's real, if there is a God, he owes me, and he will owe me, and he'll have to apologize to me. I think that speaks volumes about whether, if God is real, I don't think I'd worship him, because I think that it's kind of, I agree that the world should be unfair to a certain extent, but there are actually like groups of people who are just starving and can't even live, and other people are like, throwing yacht parties. I agree with inequality, but like that's a little bit extreme. That's a little bit like to have an entity being conscious and supposed to love us, and at the promise of this big afterlife thing,
and listening to everybody on earth, and providing with your desires, and that's.
If there is something that if there's a God that just came down to earth one day, I would say he's more of an alien than a god. If he was able to physically, if he came down. I was talking to someone about this the other day. If he physically came down, people would start to lose faith. It would take away something about him.
Yeah, that mysticism.
Because that's a limitation. That's actually a limitation of the all powerfulness. Right. If you see him, if Jesus just came back, that takes away from all that shit. And unless we actually see him do some miracles, then we're not turns water into wine or something. Then it's gonna be a little bit different, I think.
People believing in something that they are not able to, will never be.
Oh yeah. So for example, for example, an example that I'll give darkness, this is why I'll never argue religion with my grandparents ever, right? So my grandfather he's Dutch, right? I'm a Van der Kooi. He's from Holland. He was born in Holland, but he was raised in Indonesia in World War II, and the Japanese actually came and basically killed my great grandparents and took him and his brother and sister, put him in a labor camp where he was 9 years old. So in his camp of, I think, 1,100, 1,200 people, only a couple hundred made it alive, and he equates that to God. So no amount of facts or reasoning is ever going to tell him that God will save him from that camp. So to a certain extent, I think the argument of religion is pointless. I believe, to me, the argument of religion is I think I see a purpose for religion in society, and that is again, the welfare state, I think, can be replaced by churches, because that's what it used to be. Religious institutions used to take care of poor people, as opposed to having government or taxpayers' money pay for it.
Right.
People of their own charity, because statistically, this is what I was going to say, something that's in favor of all religious people compared to non-religious people, whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jewish, doesn't matter. They statistically, across every country, almost, at least the ones that have accurate data, like the United States, for example, or Canada, they donate more money and volunteer more charitable organizations than non-religious people, than atheists do, people who identify as atheists.
Right.
However, atheism is technically on the rise, especially with young people, so...
Technically.
Yeah, I had a very interesting take growing up on religion. I had a Muslim father and a Roman Catholic mother, so when I was growing up, I would every Friday I'd be going to the mosque with my dad for Friday prayer, and then every Sunday I'd be going to the Sunday mass with my grandparents. So it was I had two religions pushed on me pretty hard growing up. I would say definitely on
You're equally open for both.
Yeah, well, I'm younger. I'm just whatever.
You're influenced by
I'm influenced by my surroundings.
For sure. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm more strongly influenced by my father. He was more strict on the Muslim. I would pray 5 times a day with him.
Also, because it's different to the norm, different to normality. Yeah. So it impacts you more, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's normal him, I guess, right? Growing up, right?
Yeah. So growing up, I was told don't eat pork, don't drink, all this is bad. If I do this, I'll burn in hellfire. Oh,
that's not even from the Quran, because Quran's more
I've read the majority of it, but at the same time, sometimes when I was ever sick, and I would just start saying rakas from the Quran, and I would just rub my belly, and it's probably it's obviously now a placebo effect, but it would make me feel better. So my take on religion is
It provides
It's
a backup.
it provides a comfort to people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It provides
Definitely.
sanity.
It's for instance
Yeah.
like something like
Another-
gives people like I'm not saying like you should follow the Bible 100%. Like
No,
you gotta
I think,
about it. You gotta think
both
of
books have good and bad parts to them.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
absolutely.
saying. You
Yeah.
gotta
Like,
my take is like the point of religion is to have something to hope on for after. Because when you think about it, we're only alive for hopefully 90 years.
Yeah.
And the Earth has been around, like the human race has only been around for
100,000 plus years.
yeah,
maybe,
100,000
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And even,
like,
even the human
Dinosaurs have technically lived longer than us and
Yeah.
probably might even outlive us, to be honest, because they've lived for millions of years. We're not even at a million yet.
No,
That's
they've been around for I think it was 26 million years
Yeah,
is when
we're
they
not-
got wiped out.
Yeah, we're not even at 100. We're not even at 200,000.
Exactly.
So
It's
we're not
And
even
the
at a
Earth,
fraction.
the Earth is
Three something
no,
billion.
it's
If-
4.
if-
I looked this up the other
if the
day. It's
history of
4.9 billion years old.
Yeah.
Is the Earth.
I saw a thing like direct correlation. If the world existed like 1 year, we would be 31st of December at like 11:58.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. So like
Yeah.
we are like a little blink. We're
Yeah,
absolutely not.
that's what I'm saying. So like, my hope is like, I kind of hope that like once we're gone, we become like one with everything. Like just like
Okay. Okay.
become like part of basically part of everything else. And like I don't really believe that like you'd come back as somebody else or like
Okay, so
reincarnation. Not it'd be kind of cool to think about, but
I would hope for that, or heaven, where you can just chill out and just.
yeah, like if there is a heaven, maybe everyone has their
I don't
personalized
think that
heaven.
there's that. Like I don't know, man. It's really
Who knows?
complicated for me to like actually envision.
No one knows because we're not there yet.
Nobody knows, but I don't know. I just perceive religions to be like the only way that people have explained to themselves the unexplainable.
Yeah.
And then again, like if somebody asks me like what religion you are, my answer would be like none.
Yeah.
Just because I think that they're like different interpretations by different people,
Yeah.
like different cultures, different like things that have influence to that.
I think it can be dangerous, so I think you have to like watch it to a certain extent. Like,
Yeah.
I think most major religions have at least caused conflict at some point in human
Yeah, the
history.
Crusades and like
I think you should just take
right now they're causing a lot of.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
conflict, yeah, for sure.
I think we should like people should just take the good out of it,
Mhm.
like treat people the way you want to be treated, like the golden rule. Like that's a good concept. Like there's certain concepts that
Love
come
that
out of
neighbor
it,
from the Bible, yeah.
that actually will help people become a better person. But then there's also like certain like laws and rules to follow. It's like okay,
Yeah.
obviously do not kill. Like okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But that's
Yeah.
also
But,
like
like-
people taking advantage of like religion itself to like manipulate people. Like you can see it
Exactly.
like that, right?
Yeah.
So I guess-
Extremism with anything.
Exactly, yeah.
extremism
Like
is just-
anything.
It is taking advantage. Like also like a lot of people say like the difference between a religion and a cult is that in religion the person who came up with the religion is now passed away
Right.
and the cult leader is still alive. That's
So I guess
like,
that Scientology is now a religion, right?
In the States it is, not in some countries in the States. No.
Yeah, officially, yeah. For
In
the
Canada it's not considered a
Scientology. Oh my
religion.
god,
Scientology.
That's just wild. Yeah.
that is one of
But nah, it's a what?
They're all-
Besides where religion is, the fucking IRS, right?
Yeah.
IRS decides to say who
That's
religion is.
Yeah, because they all get tax breaks.
So yeah, we've come